Free Symbol Friday, and this one warrants a little bit of an explanation. A few times people mention me and they might not tag me appropriately. Please tag me appropriately if you want me to find your post. This particular post was forwarded to me because it didn't properly tag me, but I'm going to respond to it anyways. We're going to be giving away a symbol to create your own chains in any kind of fashion that you might want to, in terms of like creating a swag link chain, or if you want some kind of a chain for maybe an awning or something like that. So we're going to be able to create a chain using the methods I'm going to describe here. But before I describe those methods, I'm going to get into maybe what you thought you might do in terms of creating a chain, which is you might have created a molding line or a 3D molding line. The problem with a 3D molding line or molding line is that Chief will segment that molding as it needs to create such things as an arc. And you can see here this chain link is segmented as it makes its way around the arc, and the end of the chain link is segmented as well, which you might not want. So a 3D molding doesn't in fact work to an ultimate level of accuracy. The other problem with this is if we were to convert this to a symbol, which I'm going to do here, convert this to a symbol. I'm not going to add it to my library, but we'll show advanced options. And when this comes up, we're going to notice here, it creates a pretty large number of face counts. Now, this is a chain that I actually built, so it's kind of optimized in a sense, but that's still a pretty large number of faces for a very short chain length, and you might need a very long length of chain. So I've built what I would call an ultra low poly. I know it's getting a little bit sensational there, but I built an ultra low poly count chain, and this chain link is just 2 links. Now I'm going to give you my full chains folder, which has a number of different things in there, but one of them is going to be that ultra low poly chain. We're also going to add the method for creating our chain link, which is going to be that we're going to draw out a line, draw this line out. I'm going to use continuous draw mode for this. And then I'm going to fillet this right here. And this is going to be my swag. Now from here, I want to convert this line, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and use the convert polyline tool. I'm going to change it not to a molding polyline, not to a 3D molding polyline. I'm going to change it to a polyline distribution path. And so this will not segment my item. So then I need to select my item. I'm going to go ahead and look for that ultra low poly. Just look for chain real quick. I've got a low poly chain link, and then I've got that ultra low poly chain link. There we go. And the last thing that I need to do, and let me just update the preview window so you can see what we're looking at here. You can see it doesn't quite look right. Well, we need to set our maximum distance. We're in the distributed object panel in the section of object spacing, and we're going to set our maximum distance to 3 inches. And there we go. We've created that chain link. Now we've got one more step from here. I've got my chain link. I'm going to convert this to a symbol because we can't rotate or we can't draw a distributed path in the elevation. So we're going to convert this to a symbol. You can make it a fixture, you can make it a millwork class, and then I want to show advanced options. And the last thing that I need to do for this particular symbol is I'm going to rotate it in the x-axis. And there we go. If we look at a vector view, there is my swag chain. Now you'll notice here the number of faces is 16,000. So we've cut that number of faces down significantly, and that's manageable. A recommended cap from Chief Architect is 50,000 faces, so this is well within that range. And we've got a very good looking chain. Now, there's one more thing we might want to do, which is this particular chain, because it's so low poly, has a lot of facets to it. So you might want to change your smoothing angle. I'm going to pump this up to 80 just to kind of show what that did. It just smooths it out a little bit. So we've increased that smoothing angle. And now let's take a look at a camera. And there we go. And we can see that it's allowing me to place this here. There we go. There's that smoothing angled one. And that looks pretty good. From the distance that you would typically render, that looks very good. So there you go. I've also included these chains as a block in case you want to angle the adjacent chains a little bit different. Maybe you want them on 30-degree pitches as opposed to 90 degrees to each other. So a couple little notes there, and play around with this. Let me have any feedback you might have. Let me know if you've got any issues with this method. It should work pretty seamlessly. You can see here we've got a full length link at the end, and no segmented sections along that arc. There we go. Cheers.